Hello everyone, I just wanted to show you how to set up a paper in APA format. Whether you have experience with APA in the past or you've only been watching my videos in this class, so maybe you started with the reference page in text citations and now we're doing this. This was a good review for everyone, no matter your experience. I do want to note that APA has two ways of formatting. They have a publication, like a professional format for papers, and then a student format, and that's in reference to the title page. So because we're students in college, we're going to use the student format. So that's what I'm going to show you now. If you see APA papers other places, or you go online and just search for how to do it, just be aware that you need to use the student format, not the professional. So APA is going to always be in a 12-point font. In my class, remember, we're using Times New Roman. So I'm going to go ahead and update that over here, Times New Roman 12-point font, and it also needs to be double spaced. So you can do that by, if you're Microsoft Word, you can hit this arrow and open paragraph. You can right click and go to paragraph. In Google Documents, it's under formatting. So I'm going to go and change this to double, but I do want to remind you that if you're in Microsoft Word, you have to check this box that says don't add space between paragraphs. If you write this in Google Docs or something else and you do a file download as or file save as and convert it to Word, it's going to also add that space. So if you're doing it in Pages or you're doing it in Google Documents, make sure you save it as a PDF to submit to me, not a Word document. So 12-point font, Times New Roman, double spacing, don't add it between paragraphs if you're in Microsoft Word. And then I'm going to zoom out for a minute. This is where we start to get different than maybe what you've experienced before if you haven't been in a class where you had to write in APA. APA does have something called a title page. That does not count as part of your page count in terms of what you're writing. It's just they do a title page kind of like you would for like a magazine or something. They don't have a set clear rule of how many times to hit enter. It just says it needs to be in the upper half. So I typically will, after I put my double space, hit enter 4 or 5 times. Then I'm going to center align my text and start with my title. And I know this is small. I'll zoom in a minute so you can see it better, but I wanted you to see the visually where it is. So for your title, you will have it bold. And remember that in APA formatting, when it comes to most titles, only the first word of the title, the subtitle, a word after a colon, or a proper noun is going to be capitalized. So title, will, bold, special capitalization does not get capitalized, but within your does, because it's the first word of the title and then first word of the subtitle. So after you've done that, you're going to hit enter twice. Then you're going to put your name, because and as students, we're going to put Department of, and we're in English, so we'll say English. Or you could put Humanities, because we technically call it the Humanities Department, but I'm not going to be that picky. Then you have to put the college name, so Central Carolina Community College. You can put the name of the course, so English 112, and then whatever your specific course code is, whether it's LB4, LN5, LL1, anything like that. That's what you're going to put there. Then you put the instructor name, so that'll be my name, and then you're going to put the due date. They do want due date. Sometimes we work in things and they're like, oh, it can just be the day you last updated it. APA does say put your due date, and that's it for the title page. So just showing you it's kind of in that upper half. It has to be center aligned, but like I said, I hit enter 1, 2, 3, 4. You could maybe do 5, but I'd say that'd be plenty. So then when I zoom in, you can see this just a little bit better. So that way if you wanted to look at what to include here, you could. And the other thing I'm going to include before I show you how to start the actual paper itself is that for student papers, we do need to go to insert page number. And we want the plain number 3, which is in the top right corner. And I know my face is probably blocking that. You'll see in a second. Google Documents, they only give you like the 4 main ones when you go to insert page number. And you want the one that has it in the right corner on every page. So top right corner, it starts on page 1. It's going to be on every page, but one thing that always gets students in trouble is they forget to fix this. I recognize that down here we've made it 12 point times in Roman. I don't know why, but the computer, you can see, has not updated this to match. So I'm going to come up here and make sure that this matches as well. And it may seem small, but like formatting is all about the details. So we want to make sure we get that in there. So I've done my title page. I've got my page number in the top right corner. I'm ready to go. Again, because this is a student paper in the most recent APA update, we are not putting a running head. Your title does not go up there. So again, if you're looking on the internet for resources, just know you may see ones that have those because it's for out-of-date APA formatting style, or it could be the professional style, and we're doing the student. All right. So when I'm ready, I can go insert page break. And Google Docs also has a page break for you, and you're going to repeat the title. The title will only repeat on this first page of that you're writing. It will not repeat on anything else past here. So you'll hit, am I in bold? No. Hit tab once and begin writing your paragraphs. So from here, it's just a normal paragraph style. And I'm just going to give a couple of lines here. And I know my keyboard is always really loud when I listen to these videos later. So sorry. But just like a normal paragraph, here we go. Yay. And I'm going to repeat this for a couple of lines just because I want to show you something. So again, once I move on to page 2 of my writing, it's page 3 of the document, but page 2 of my writing, the title does not repeat here. It just stays like this. I only had to put it at the top of my actual essay. That's because typically with a big research project in APA like this, you would have your title page and then an abstract, and then you would go into this. So we repeat the title as a reminder. We're not doing an abstract because we're not doing the full research project. We're just doing the literature review, but I want you to get in this practice, so that's why we're doing this together. And then lastly, once you're done with your essay, we've covered the reference page in a different video, but don't forget, you'll go to insert page break and the reference page goes on its own page, reference. And I'm going to pretend that because this is a research project, I do have more than one. So I put references, hit enter one time, and then I would start with my reference page. Can't wait to answer any questions you have.